All right, it's that time to review the pair of shoes that I've been skating in the last few months. If you guys don't know, it's the Tiago 1010s. All right, so under the features tab, we've got Phantom Fit upper offers ultra light bonded support. So when it comes to Phantom Fit, it is more talking about like the shape of this shoe and the support it gives back here on this rear collar area. And I really agree. These shoes feel like they have a lot of support. Like you'll have like a pair of Vans or like a lot of shoes that I've reviewed on this channel actually that just really don't go up that high. They're more ankle high. Don't really have that level of ankle support that you'd think. And you know, it's funny, like I remember talking to like just random people that have tried on like DCs or just any like normal skate shoe, and they're like, I don't understand how you can walk around with no ankle support like that. Granted, these are coming from older people, but the Phantom Fit really is helpful. It really like kind of sucks your whole foot in, and it's really nice. Fuel cell foam midsole. So it says just down in the features page that it has a propulsive feel to help you drive you forward. But then if you read up in the actual description, it's more talking about the underfoot cushioning, which I kind of agree with. I skated stairs in these a little bit. They're all right. They're not the best stair set shoe I've ever had, but like they're not as good as like the Jocelyn's, but surprisingly, they do skate a lot better than most shoes around this size. Especially for drops, their impact support is great. They don't really have huge issues in that department either. So obviously it's a cup shoe. So it's got this nice cup sole all along the bottom, and then you have the fuel cell in the middle that we just talked about. Now I tend to be kind of a fan of cup soles, especially lately. I don't know why. I have my days when I really want to just skate a nice Volk, but cup soles tend to be way more controlled for me anyway. Lace closure ensures a secure fit. Well, I really hope the shoelaces hold the damn thing on your foot. Like, really? All right, so then anatomical inner heel pods. So it might be hard to see on camera, but they're these two little pods on the inside of the heel that are supposed to provide extra cushioning. They're more bubbled out when they're new. These were okay, and they really helped with the comfortability factor of this whole thing. So I felt like they were pretty good. So it's mainly suede along the whole shoe. That's the best part, is it's pretty much an all suede construction. It's got mesh on the tongue and the outer collar, probably to help with airflow. I did notice my feet were a bit warmer than usual with these shoes, not in the breathability department. They're not terrible, but they're definitely not the most breathable shoe on the market. One thing I kind of do want to talk about is the insole. The insole was really good and really comfortable. Even after pack out, they're extremely comfortable. I still would prefer to wear these over my work boots or like anything else really. They do fit pretty true to size as well. I wear a 9.5 for pretty much everything. These ones fit pretty perfectly out of the box. I love these shoes so much that I would honestly consider switching to these next to permanently. This was the beat up shoe. So I started skating these shoes back in November, and it's currently February right now. So about 4 months, and the only real reason I'm changing is because there's enough of a gap somewhere that I can't even see where water actually gets into the shoe. But if it was summer, I wouldn't even think twice, I'd still be skating these. So break-in wise, I literally think I skated for about 20 minutes and I was extremely comfortable with these shoes. That's saying something, like especially because this midsole gives it kind of a nice stiff sole. Even now, this sole is really stiff. After it broke in a little bit, it got a little better. That was the only thing that really took a minute to get used to, was the really stiff sole, because a lot of the shoes that I've been skating have kind of a softer sole. Durability wise, okay, first point of failure was the toe, but it still hasn't totally failed. I mean, I've only gone through, let's see, we have one layer of suede, one layer of canvas, there's a layer of like plasticky, waxy shit right here. There's another layer of what looks to be like suede, and I can't even tell if that's the final layer or not. Poke shit with a razor blade. Yeah, that is the final layer, and it is all suede. So there's two separate suedes. There's a middle area with like this waxy, plasticky stuff that's really held up pretty well. Like compared to, I think it was the Jocelyn's where the rubber toe cap was just kind of like not really in the way of where I was flicking anyway. This has successfully done the job of blocking everything. Heel flip wise, I don't know if this was intentional, but this Phantom Fit like decal thing that they put on the mesh really did help a lot with protecting this mesh quite a bit. Because I mean, I really only got wear on the mesh, and I only get wear on this part because I do lots of heel flip variations and things. But I've only got wear on the outlines, really. Like everywhere where it's not this rubbery stuff, and it's great. The sole held up really well. I know I have a hole somewhere, but I can't find it. And if I had to take a guess, it would be on this side, but it looks like this pretty much when they're new. It's got a little bit more depth to it, but this is pretty leveled out. But right here, you can see I've kind of worn through this area, but if I had to take a guess where the hole is, it's somewhere right there. So overall, it's been 4 months, and these shoes are still extremely comfortable and still totally skatable. Another thing that they had was this heel area had this stippling on the sole. That was pretty interesting. It wore away pretty quickly, but this material is really, really sticky. Like it's a lot stickier than say down here. And this is interesting because I really like the way my heel flips worked with this trick, and this is probably the reason. So board feel. Now this is kind of one of those perfect middle grounds where it's not a ton of board feel, but zero cushioning, or way too much cushioning where you can't even tell where your foot is or what you're doing. It's a perfect middle ground. And when I say perfect, I mean perfect. I thought the Jocelyn's did a really good job between board feel and comfortability. These did a damn good job, like next to, if not just a little better. I mean, I was able to get really, really consistent with these shoes, and it was really predictable, even in the later life of the shoe as it got more worn down and more worn down and more worn down. Everything was still really predictable and consistent. Now the price. The price, I believe, when I bought these, they were $95. I think they've recently gone up to $110. In my opinion, totally worth it. I mean, 4 months and I'm barely here. This pair of shoes would probably last me 4 to 5 months in full swing during the summer when I'm skating every single day. I don't have any gripes with the shapes like a lot of the other shoes I've done recently, like the iShods or anything. The only thing I did notice quite a bit was that I did go through quite a few laces on this. It's got just like your traditional lace system that's going on. There's nothing really special going on with the laces at all. And that's okay. You know, I have no problem paying for laces when the shoe does that good. Like, I mean, if the shoe is gonna last me 6 months, I have no problem replacing laces here and there. But if the shoe is only gonna last me 2 or 3 months, I don't really think you should be going through laces. But overall, I think all this would have to do to be remedied is just implement a ghillie system lower down, and that would remedy 99% of the situation right there. And I believe that's how it is on the new 808s. Scratch that, they're actually on sale for $95 right now. But it says on their website they're normally $119. I don't know if that's like a regular pricing or if it's gone up. I'll look at those graphs that I did in the last one and flash them. For $120, I almost think these shoes are worth it. Like, they are a perfect middle ground between really thin and light shoe versus heavy stair set cushion. They got the board feel, they got the cushion, they got the comfortability, they got a little bit of everything. And honestly, I think these have dethroned the Anthony Van Engels for me. I think these are my new favorite pair of shoes. And I think that is one of the many reasons that Andrew Reynolds probably left Vans to go to New Balance. On sale for $95. They are expensive as a shoe, but I definitely think they're gonna last a long enough time to really justify that purchase. Like, overall, these are the #1 shoe that I think I have reviewed so far. But at this point, I've skated most of the corporate brands, and I would say by far, New Balance has won me over the most. These shoes are amazing. Anyways, that's it for the review. Glowing, amazing, pick them up. They're the best shoe I've skated in the last 2 years, easily, hands down. If you disagree or you have something you want to say about the shoe, leave it in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, drop it a like and give me a sub, and we'll see you in the next one.